Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Wednesday, the 17th of January. With McShane, we were working our way through the book of Acts, today reading chapter 17, in which Paul is in Athens, and as he goes and preaches and shares the good news, the people of Athens hear this and they begin thinking, what's this he's talking about? This is something new. And so they invite him to come and address the Areopagus, a great meeting and place to share ideas. And we're told in verse 21, the Athenians and the foreigners who lived there spent their time doing nothing but talking about and listening to the latest ideas. So here they were eager to hear new ideas, eager to engage with them, and they invite Paul to come and speak. And we're told Paul stood up at the meeting of the Areopagus and said, "People of Athens, I see that in every way you're very religious. For as I walked around and looked at your objects of worship, I even found an altar with this inscription, 'To an unknown God.' So you're ignorant of the very thing you worship, and this is what I'm going to proclaim to you." And as I read that, I thought, here's Paul approaching them with a very positive, encouraging, uplifting approach. He doesn't put them down. He doesn't say, "Oh, you're so foolish. You worship something you don't know. You've got all these idols. You don't know what you're worshiping. Everything you've got is you're misguided. You're wrong. Let me tell you the truth." He begins with where they are and says, "You're good. You're very religious. You've even got this altar to a God you don't know. So you recognize that you don't know all the gods. There's things you don't know. Let me tell you about that." And so he begins with where they are, puts a positive spin on what they're doing already, and challenges them to take it a bit further, to engage with it and take the next step. And I thought that really is how we need to share the gospel with people. We're not called to go out and be belligerent and cantankerous and contest with people the whole time. Now, granted, at one or two points that might be necessary to take a firm stand and to engage vigorously. But far more often, we get a hearing when we're positive, when we prepare to hear what people are saying, engage with them, listen, reflect positively back to them, and then say, let's take another step. Let's go a little bit further. There's more. There's so much more. So as you engage with the world, and particularly a world that might not believe, that might not have time for Christ, it doesn't help to fight with people. They just write you off. So be encouraged to, like Paul, be positive, be encouraging, put a positive spin on what people are thinking and doing, but also be prepared to challenge them to take a step forward, to take the next step, to move further on in their faith. And as we do that, we pray that God will plant the seeds and bring it to faith. As Paul did this and engaged with them and built this wonderful picture, it's a great sermon to read, although we've just had the summary of it. At the end of it, some of the people believed, some weren't sure, and they invited Paul to come back. And that ultimately is where we want to be. If we don't have people convinced by what we say, we at least want them to want to hear more. So that needs to be our aim as we share our lives and our testimonies with the people around about us. Be encouraged that we're like Paul, that God works in us. And that's what matters. Be blessed.